Let me ask you something, and answer me honestly. No sugarcoating. Do you ever lie awake at night staring at the ceiling, replaying all the things you think you should have done by now? And no matter how hard you've worked, no matter what you've survived, there's that voice in your head whispering, "Not enough, still not enough." Yeah, I know that voice too. I know you do too, even if you never say it out loud. Here's something nobody really tells you. Almost everyone, no matter how successful they seem, is dragging around that same invisible weight. That creeping feeling of falling behind, of somehow failing at life, even when you're doing your absolute best to keep it together. It's exhausting, right? Like lugging a bag of bricks around every damn day. You wake up, brush your teeth, and bam, you scroll through a feed full of everyone else's wins. New job, new house, engagement. That one guy from high school who's now inexplicably a yacht influencer. And before you even realize it, your brain starts doing this twisted math. If they're there and I'm here, I must be failing. Never mind that your journey, your battles, your context are totally different. Never mind that social media is a highlight reel and you're living the full, messy, behind-the-scenes cut. That toxic logic just kicks in automatically. And it's not just social media. It's baked into how we were raised, into everything around us. Remember school? Gold stars, grades, trophies, everything boiled down to winning or falling short. Families had scripts too. Get the degree, get the job, get married, buy a house, retire. Neat little boxes to check off. And if your life didn't line up perfectly, the message was clear. Something's wrong with you. Then layer in all the self-help noise and hustle culture that tells you you're wasting your potential if you're not constantly improving. Boom! We've all been marinating in this belief from day one. You are not enough. Not doing enough. Not achieving enough. Not being enough. And here's the kicker. Even when you do hit a goal, that voice moves the goalpost. Congrats, but why aren't you pushing harder? What's next? It never ends. And the cruel joke? We start to think it's just us, that everyone else somehow cracked the code, and we're the only ones drowning in self-doubt. But let me tell you what shattered my own illusion. Everybody feels this, even the people you admire most. I had a friend who, by all appearances, had an amazing career and a beautiful family, looked like they were absolutely nailing life. And one day, over coffee, they just blurted out, "I feel like I'm failing all the time." I was floored. That's when it hit me. Oh, this feeling never fully goes away for anyone, because it's not actually about achievements at all. It's about the story we've been fed our whole lives, that our worth is tied to what we produce, that we have to earn our space in this world. And that is why it feels so heavy, because deep down, you're not just chasing success, you're chasing permission to feel worthy. You're chasing proof that you deserve to exist, to rest, to just be. And I'm gonna tell you something that might piss you off, but could also set you free. That game, it's rigged. It's designed to keep you hustling, doubting, striving, and never resting. Because if you ever did stop and realize, hold on, I'm already enough, the whole damn machine would fall apart. The self-help industry, the ads preying on your insecurities, the culture that keeps you small, they all depend on you believing that lie. I know, it's a hard truth to swallow. It means that the thing you've been chasing, that feeling of finally being enough, isn't out there waiting at the next milestone. It's something you have to reclaim over and over from inside yourself. And it's messy and uncomfortable. It's not some magical one-time epiphany. It's a daily rebellion, a gritty, courageous practice of refusing to let all that noise tell you who you are. Right now, I just want you to see this clearly. Name that crushing weight for what it is. Stop pretending it's normal, or that you have to carry it forever. Because here's the truth. You are not failing. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are human. And yeah, you've been swimming in a sea of not enough messages your whole life. But now you're starting to wake up. And that awareness alone, that is your first quiet act of freedom. So breathe. Let that sink in for a minute. You've been carrying a weight that was never yours to carry. It's time to put it down. Now let's talk about the struggle that comes with all this. You know exactly what I mean. The nights you cry in your car, the days you can't focus or get out of bed, the moments you feel completely lost and overwhelmed, maybe even broken. And when you're in that place, your brain loves to whisper, "See, this is proof you're failing. Normal people don't feel like this. You're a mess." Sound familiar? Let's shut that lie down right now. Because the truth is, struggle equals growth. I know it doesn't feel like growth. Growth sounds so pretty and Instagrammable, little plants sprouting, glow-up vibes, but real growth is brutal. It's messy. It looks like confusion. It feels like pain. It feels like you're falling apart, because in a way you are. You're breaking apart the old version of you that felt small and safe and familiar, and your brain absolutely hates that. Our brains are wired to love the familiar, even if the familiar is awful, even if it's holding us back. It's like the mind would rather cling to a burning house than step out into the unknown. So the second you start to stretch, to reach for something bigger or healthier or braver, your brain freaks out. It throws a tantrum, screaming, "No, no, no, this feels scary, let's go back to what we know." And that's exactly when the struggle hits, the fear, the doubt, the voice yelling, "You're not cut out for this, turn back now." But guess what? That pain and chaos, that's the sign you're doing it right. Think about working out. When you lift heavy weights, your muscles tear a bit before they rebuild stronger. It hurts, it's uncomfortable, but that's how you grow stronger. Life is the same way. Emotional growth, mental growth, spiritual growth, it all comes with a stretch, and stretches hurt. They feel awkward and uncomfortable, but they mean you're expanding beyond where you were. The problem is, most people hit that wall of struggle and think, "This must be wrong, I shouldn't feel like this." So they shrink back to what's safe. They stay small. So how do we get through that messy growth without giving up? For me, one thing changed everything. I started focusing on the tiny victories, the micro wins. These are the little wins that seem almost too small to matter, but trust me, they matter big time. We all dream about the big wins, those life-changing moments when everything shifts, but real transformation is built on the small stuff. The daily choices no one sees, the hard little moments when you want to give up but don't. Ever set a boundary even though it made you sweat? That's a win. Ever made that awkward phone call you were dreading? Win. Ever showed up to therapy on a day when every part of you wanted to cancel? Huge win. We usually brush these off because they don't look impressive to the outside world. But every time you follow through, especially when it's tough, you send yourself a message. I can trust myself. I can do hard things. That's how you change from the inside out. For example, I had to have a really tough conversation with a close friend not long ago. One of those situations I really wanted to avoid forever. But I did it. I was shaking. My voice was trembling. I was sure I was making a mess of it. But I spoke my truth. Did I feel like a brave hero afterward? Nope. I felt anxious as hell for days. But deep down I also felt a little stronger. That one tiny win made the next hard conversation easier, and the one after that easier still. That's how courage builds, one rep at a time. And it's not just about big moments. Micro wins are everywhere. Choosing a walk over mindless scrolling, making yourself a real dinner instead of chips and soda, sending that email you've been avoiding, finally scheduling that appointment you've been putting off. They seem small, but they stack up. They shift how you see yourself. You stop seeing yourself as someone who runs from challenges, and start seeing someone who shows up. And the best part is, micro wins are sustainable. This is how real change happens, not in one leap, but in hundreds of tiny steps. I even started writing down some of these little wins just to remind myself. I made a point to celebrate them, even the messy, imperfect ones. Because over time, they added up. One day I looked back and realized I'm not the same person I was a year ago. I'd leveled up, one tiny win at a time. Still, there's something that can steal those wins from you if you're not careful, and we all fall into it. I'm talking about comparison. One minute you're feeling good about your day, and in the next you're sucked into a comparison vortex. Suddenly you're scrolling through everyone else's highlight reel. Engagements, dream vacations, that old classmate who struck it rich. And here you are, feeling like an absolute loser because you made pasta for dinner instead of founding a startup in your spare time. That spiral? It's brutal. And so normal now, we don't even realize how fast it pulls us under. One second you're okay, the next you're neck deep in self-doubt, wondering if you've wasted your life. So let's get one thing straight. Comparison is human. Our brains love to see how we measure up. Back in caveman days, that was about survival. But now it just makes us miserable. And social media pours fuel on the fire. Think about it. You're not comparing your real life to someone else's real life. You're comparing your behind the scenes to their highlight reel. Not a fair fight. And even when you know this, it can still gut punch you with not enough. And even if you do achieve something great, the comparison trap moves the finish line on you. You get a promotion, then you notice someone your age doing better. You run a 5K, then see someone running a marathon. It's endless. I knew I had to break out of that loop. It started with simply catching myself. Now, when I feel that pit in my stomach, that I'm not enough feeling, I pause and literally tell myself, hey, you're doing it again. You're comparing. Just naming it helps. Then I zoom out. I remind myself I'm seeing one tiny slice of someone's life, not the whole picture. I have no idea what's going on behind closed doors for them. All I see is the shiny part. After that, I bring the focus back to me. I ask what actually matters to me. What do I want for my life? Because a lot of the stuff I was comparing myself to wasn't even aligned with my values or my dreams. It was just stuff I thought I should want. Realizing that was liberating. And finally, I fiercely protect my mental space. I muted or unfollowed accounts that trigger that toxic comparison in me. Instead, I seek out people and stories that inspire me or make me feel seen, not less than. Does that mean I never compare myself anymore? Nope. I'm human. But now I catch it, call it out, and move on. I don't let it sink its teeth into my sense of self-worth. And every time I do that, it loses a little more power over me. I'll be honest, even after all this growth, I still have days where I feel like I'm flailing. Days when I'm convinced I'm a hot mess and everyone else has it figured out. But I've learned that feeling like a mess doesn't mean I am a mess. It means I'm human, and I'm in the middle of changing. No one gets a free pass from those hard moments. Even the people who look like they have it all together go through seasons of doubt and chaos. I've had breakdowns that felt like the end of the world, and do you know what they turned out to be? The beginning of a new chapter. The breakdown before the breakthrough. So if you're in that space, doubting yourself, feeling lost, please remember, you're not off track. You're not failing. You're in the thick of it, and the thick of it is where real growth happens. It's messy and it's hard, but it's moving you forward. You are right on time, even if it doesn't feel like it. You might not see it clearly yet, but there is proof that you're doing better than you think. Think about something you handled recently that would have wrecked you a couple of years ago. Maybe you stood up for yourself when you used to stay silent, or bounced back from a setback a little faster than before. That's growth. Or maybe you're a bit kinder to yourself these days. Maybe you don't talk to yourself with the same harshness you once did, or you give yourself a break once in a while. That's not nothing. That's huge. Perhaps someone close to you even noticed a change. They told you you seem calmer, or I'm proud of how far you've come. Don't dismiss that. Sometimes others see the progress that we can't see in ourselves. All those little things are proof that you're not the same person you used to be. We tend to dismiss our own progress, to say, it's nothing. But it is something. Those small changes, those micro wins, those shifts in how you handle life, they are evidence of your growth. And while you've been busy dealing with life, you've been quietly building some serious strength inside you. Every time you got through a tough day, you were building resilience. Every time you fell and got back up, you built resilience again. Every time you listened to your own needs or set a boundary or spoke your truth, you built self-awareness and self-respect. You learned more about who you are and what you need. Every time you did the scary thing even though you were afraid, you built courage. Not the loud, fearless kind from movies, but the real kind. The quiet courage that keeps you going. Every time you refused to give up on yourself, you built self-trust. You proved to yourself that you will be there for you no matter what. These are your quiet superpowers, the ones nobody applauds but that change your life from the inside. Courage, self-trust, resilience, wisdom. Yes, wisdom. Because all those mistakes and hard times taught you things and gave you insight. And the best part? These superpowers don't disappear. They're yours to keep. They'll carry you through whatever comes next. They form a foundation inside you that is solid. I need you to hear this, truly. You are doing so much better than you think, and you are more ready than you know. That voice in your head that says you're not there yet, that you have to fix more, learn more, be more before you can be happy or proud, that voice is lying. So whatever big dream or scary challenge is ahead of you, remember this: you are not behind. You are not unprepared. You are not lacking. You are ready, right now, exactly as you are, and you're doing so much better than you think. Keep going. You've got this.